Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about growth of multicellular organisms. We're going to be looking at cell differentiation, cell division, and cell elongation. So, first of all, growth is an increase in size or mass. And we're going to start off by looking at a process called cell differentiation. Differentiation. Okay, so before a cell gets a job, before it becomes specialized, it's called a stem cell. So stem cells are unspecialized. Then, what differentiation means is they become different. They get a particular specialized job. So this stem cell here, that could become, for example, a neuron. It could also, for example, become a bit of cardiac muscle in the heart. Basically, they can become any different type of cell, which allows them to perform a range of different jobs. So in our bodies, we have lots and lots of different types of cell. That's a red blood cell, that's a ciliated cell. So cell differentiation just means becoming specialized. So getting a specialized job. Now this is really important because it allows organisms to work much more effectively if there's lots of different cells that can do lots of different jobs. This differentiation can occur in plants and animals. To learn more about stem cells, please watch the video that I've made about stem cells. Okay, so that's cell differentiation, becoming specialized. So the second thing we're going to look at is cell division. So cell division is essentially a process where we start off with one cell and it makes an exact genetic copy of itself. And this process can keep on going. By making many more cells, the organism will increase in mass overall. So we start off, for example, with one cell there, and it will make two exact copies of itself. Then these daughter cells can also copy themselves to make more genetic copies again. So we can see this process can go on and on to make lots and lots of copies. The process by which this occurs is called mitosis. Again, I've got a particular video about mitosis to show the different stages of that, because it involves just making exact copies. This also occurs in both plants and animals. But most of the growth in animals normally happens when the organism is near the beginning of its lifetime, so in its younger phase. Because when it reaches an adult, there's much less growth which occurs. It stays quite consistent, which means this cell division mostly occurs in order to repair cells or replace old dead cells. Plants, however, keep on undergoing mitosis at the roots and the stems throughout their lifetime. So the final one we're going to look at is something called cell elongation. Now this only happens in plant cells, not animal cells. So let's imagine we've got a plant cell there. Cell elongation is essentially when the plant cell can expand, becoming bigger. So it elongates, it becomes longer, it becomes bigger, and essentially due to this cell elongation, the plants can increase in mass and their height. So this is, like I said, it's when the plant cell expands, and this only happens in plants. Plants only, not animal cells. Animal cells will always stay the same size. We just create more of them, whereas plant cells, they are able to undergo cell elongation. So just this one on the right that I've done in green, that's the one that only applies to plants. The others apply to plants and animals. So those are the three different methods by which we can have growth occurring in multicellular organisms. The only other thing it's worth mentioning is when this can go wrong. And when this can go wrong, we can get cancer. Now what cancer is it's basically related to this here. It's related to when we have cell division by mitosis. When this cell division happens uncontrollably, we just make more and more and more and more cells. By making all of those cells, we form a tumour. Now that's really bad because a tumour can invade and destroy surrounding tissues. It's really hard to treat as well, cancer, because essentially it's just our own cells. So you can't take a drug to kill these cells because they're your own cells. You'd kill all of your other cells in your body too. So it's very hard to target. So, just to summarise, this is about growth. There's three main ways that we have growth in multicellular organisms. Cell differentiation, which means cells becoming specialised to get a particular job. Cell division, which means making exact copies of cells. And cell elongation, which only happens in plants, which is when the plant cell expands and becomes bigger. Thank you very much.